sky, with a wet wind coming in from the coast, and only a kite to make reply. To pleading body and heaving cry, here where lost battalions lie, I walked last night with a ghost. His face was gray, his hands were red, and a ghostly mare he rode, that wearily stepped with drooping head over the shadowy lines of dead, and rolled her eyes and shook with dread under her foam-white load. The ghost turned not left or right, but meekly beckoned me, and moved like a pillar of livid light through the humid fog of the darkened night, with eyes deep sunken and greenly bright as phosphor on the sea. He led me where in ghostly files the dead slept with their toys, miles and miles and never-ending miles, through the valley's mournful aisles, the voices beg in shapen piles of men and golden boys. He led me up a gory hill by wood and sunny roof, ravaged in faces lone and chill, in the murmuring wash of the willow rill, slaughter and voices begging shrill the merciful grace of death. A waning moon broke sickly pale, the muddy fogs disguising, and over the breath of the ghostly veil, battle waked like a streamer's tail, and heaving as of waves in a gale, rising and falling and rising. And out of the air, and up from the plain, the ancient battle story, of stricken love and laughter slain, and hearts beneath the hooves of pain, but not a breath of human gain, and not a word of glory.
I can only repeat, ladies, what Her Excellency the Chief of Staff has already made clear to you. Nothing has been decided. You have your orders in your pockets. There may be war, and there may not be war. I understand, ladies, your natural impatience to once again draw the naked steel for the glory of our country. And you may rest assured that our gracious Majesty the Queen will not forget that her fame and the happiness of her people rests ultimately in your hands. Personally, as a woman of family and as a Christian, I pray to God that peace may be preserved. But if God wills that our enemy, by their insolence, forces us to draw the sword, I know that you will wield it with honor and will not sheathe it until our enemy has been crushed, root and branch, stock and barrel, and brought so low they will not raise their head again in dishonorable defiance of our holy rights. That is all. But I recommend you do not send your service uniform to the tailor tonight. You may have need of them.
Delay again? Aren't we ever going to get at their throats?
We are ready, but the Queen, the peace propagandists are after her. Mediation is the magic word, mediation, by which the neutral nations block our legitimate road to victory for their own benefit in the name of civilization and progress.
Old woman's talk. Give me a sword in my right hand again, I say. I'll break open a few skulls for all my years. Mediation? Let those mediate, I say, who are afraid to fight.
We are not mediating yet. You may tell that to your friends if they become downhearted.
To command, Your Excellency, it is good that someone looks out for the honor of the army. Good night, ladies.
Once more to have them behind me. Just think of it. Each one of them represents 50,000, and behind them another million and another. God, what a machine to handle.
I don't know. I'm growing old. I sometimes think war is the most terrible matter in which we erring humans become entangled. I've always thought that. At times.
So you're a sentimentalist after all?
No. Because there's something stronger in me, conquering this repulsion. My temperament, character, destiny. I am impelled to war. A dozen generations of soldiers in my blood press me on. My whole education presses me on. My sympathies and my religious sense make me tremble before the impending horror. But I must confess to you, I believe I want this war.
So do we all. War is a soldier's work. She does not want to play all her life. Look. We land here, and here, and here. No defenses, except at this place, a masonry fort built 30 years ago. Bad cement, moreover, a fraudulent contractor. Then we
No, you old hawk! We're not going to do it. We'll be content to settle ourselves in peaceful graves. You and I, and the old chief. No war. No war.
That is sentiment. Here is fact. We land here, and here, and here. Then march down here and up here, uniting the armies. Rich country. I've never seen it, but I know it better than any letter carrier in the district. We'll live on this land, burning and pillaging if the inhabitants don't give us what they want. A little dose will tame them. We'll sweep all before us in 6 weeks.
Stop! You make me want to try it!
I can't stop. It's a game with me. I play it all day in my thoughts, and all night I direct campaigns in my dreams. Only sometimes I get tired of playing it on paper, and I want to hear the real guns and see the real battalions.
A message from the Queen sent over from the Foreign Office. The Prime Minister was not there.
Let me have it. That's all.
Well?
Look at this. Look at it. The Queen is sending our national honor to the dogs. She has secretly resumed communication with the ambassador of the Republic. Instead of doing what was natural and constitutional, sending the woman to us. She's going to compromise. Pack up your tin soldiers, old friend. Take them home to your grandchildren to play with. Our country evidently no longer has any use for them.
The Queen desires to inform the Foreign Office that, in pursuance of her well-known love of peace, she sent for the ambassador of the Republic this afternoon and outlined a plan that would satisfy the royal government and at the same time yield certain points to the government of the Republic. The ambassador was courteous, but although acknowledging the generosity of the Queen's offer, regretted that she was unable to consider any compromise before communicating again with her government. The Queen replied that if her offers were refused, she could then have nothing further to say in the matter, but would have to turn it over entirely to her ministers. The Queen suggests to the Foreign Office that these facts be put before our ambassadors abroad and to pacify the public mind be given at once to the newspapers. My God, and you want peace?
Well, what do you think of it?
She's backed down. She's backed down. Tomorrow all the world will be shouting how our Queen has backed down. To admit defeat before you've even begun to fight. Look, if this other plan should be frustrated by the enemy's navy, we could land here
Good evening,
and here and
ladies.
here,
Counting your battalions?
joining our
God,
armies
you're here. Where in sin have you been?
Home on my estates, saying goodbye to my family.
You think you're going to war?
I know.
Read this. It came from your office.
Me? The Queen. Mediation on her own hook? So. Very good. She can find a new prime minister. I resign.
No, you don't.
We stick together in this. You are not going to resign.
My good friends, I am going to resign. Give me your seat at the desk. On the back of this ignoble parley, my resignation goes to her.
You are the support of the army. We go to the dogs if you leave us.
So, the Queen suggests to the Foreign Office that these facts be put before our ambassadors abroad and, to pacify the public mind, be given at once to the newspapers. She suggests So do I suggest. Something different.
300,000 soldiers here, turning the flank of a possible army marching north, with this ridge of mountains as cover. If we can only have the chance.
By heaven!
What is it? You look as if
Nothing, bring me some claret out of that inexhaustible cabinet of yours.
Here, dear old Titan.
Thanks. Another.
I planned these campaigns years ago, but there was no navy then to speak of, nor any airships. It's much more intricate now, but also very much more interesting as an intellectual problem.
Another good friend.
You're smelling blood when you drink like that.
Here, you old death's head. You are prepared, you say?
The present plans have been complete, except for slight revisions for 3 years.
The Army and the Navy are fully equipped.
Down to the last shoestring.
Would you say it would be better to wait a week, or a month, or even a year, or to strike at once?
Strike at once!
You dreamers, you theorists. What about the Queen's negotiations?
Ladies, I have seen fit to abbreviate the Queen's message. I have not altered a word nor added a word. I have simply omitted all that did not seem to me pertinent or useful. The message reads as follows. The Queen sent for the Ambassador of the Republic this afternoon and outlined a plan that would satisfy the royal government. The Ambassador regretted that she was unable to consider any compromise. The Queen replied that then she could have nothing more to say in the matter.
There's Ginger by heaven! The other was a dove peep to a parley. This is a trumpet call of defiance!
But the Republic will never swallow that.
They aren't supposed to. They will declare war and then be the aggressors.
Our God of old lives yet, and will not let us perish in disgrace.
I'm gonna dig at these plans once more. If God lets me lead the armies in such a fight, then the devil can come when I'm through and fetch away this old carcass.
Where's your secretary?
Secretary, here!
Have the telegraph operator with this. It is to be sent to all the news bureaus in the city and to all our embassies abroad.
Tomorrow, the mobilization.
Tonight, I need these 12 hours for my plans.
Your Majesty,
My queen.
I pray I'm not breaking in on something that does not concern me.
There is nothing that the Queen's servants may do that does not concern the Queen.
True. But sometimes she's kept in ignorance nevertheless. What is that paper? Here, please.
here, Your Majesty.
Get out.
It's a report of Your Majesty's interview with the Ambassador.
My message has been altered. It was conciliatory. This is a challenge. Who did this?
Your Majesty sees the culprit before you.
Are you trying to make war?
I am trying, Your Majesty, to save the country from the results of Your Majesty's indiscretion and calling the ambassador to your palace without consulting your ministers. If we don't strike now, we lose our prestige as a great nation. Our national honor is dragged in the dust. We have to fight. We cannot afford to back down.
But this is unholy, barbaric. This deliberate concoction of a great and terrible war. I saw clearly when I was meeting with the ambassador this evening how clearly, without inner necessity, this war scare is. It is a made thing from beginning to end, and I refuse, absolutely, to sanction it.
Your Majesty is an idealist. We are practical, and may I say, far-seeing women. And it is we three, perhaps, who have given Your Majesty the chair you sit upon and made your kingdom what it is.
I do not feel I've been ungrateful, but my people come first, and I will not have them plunged into misery for no valid or inevitable necessity.
Your Majesty, I have served you for 15 years, and I served your exalted father for 20. You are right. this war may be avoided. In 2 days, this war cloud could be so utterly dissipated that folks would laugh, here and in the Great Republic, to think that for a day they had talked so hotly of war. Dissipated. For a year, for 2 years, for always? No. The war must come, sooner or later. It's a matter in the first place of prestige, of national honor. But more emphatically, it is a question of mathematics, birth rates, death rates, revenue, taxes, industries, imports, exports. There is a map of the world, Your Majesty. This stretch of land here, we need as a safety valve. If we get that, we are safe. If we fail to get it, we explode. Not at once, but sooner or later. Our Army and Navy have never been in better shape. These two can give Your Majesty their word for that. But you can take mine, too. The enemy's army is politically rotten and enfeebled by sentimental peace propaganda. Their defenses are inadequate and their navy likewise. Those things will change. Strike today, and they never raise their heads again. Wait, and it is you who may be crushed.
That is a theory, not a fact. 10 years may change things. Particularly if we use those 10 years not for war, but for peace. Honest at home and abroad. Just, open, and civil with our neighbors.
Your Majesty, I look farther than 10 years, farther than 10 times 10 years. And I have wrought for this moment, prepared for this moment of our strength and our enemy's weakness. I have the right to insist that I, as one who has brought about your kingdom thus far, shall not have my hands tied when the moment for stern action arrives.
Ah, Prime Minister, 'tis my kingdom, you remember.
Your Majesty knows that what I have done for your glory. The Liberals have cursed me for a reactionary through the length and breadth of the kingdom, because I serve you in all love and devotion.
I don't doubt your devotion, but give me a fresh example of it. Keep my kingdom at peace with the world.
That I cannot do.
You cannot, or you will not.
I could not face my conscience or make my peace with God if I weakened now and allowed the golden opportunity to pass by, for your Majesty's sake, as well as our country's.
For mine.
Your Majesty has forgotten that your throne was built by war and rests on force. Force only. Military prestige only can uphold you. The rebels of labor have crept close to your throne now. 10 more years of peace. You are cast out overnight to wander the world, a homeless absurdity, a queen without a throne to sit on.
We shall see.
May I ask your Majesty, in all humility and devotion, to give me back that slip of paper?
You've thought of our honor, our prestige, our commercial growth, and our dynastic life. Have you given no thought to the men and women you send to death to purchase these?
There's not higher privilege than to die for one's country. I beg your Majesty, the paper, if you please.
I forbid this war.
My God, your Majesty, you are letting a sentiment master you. There are worse things than war. There are possibilities in peace that are infinitely worse than any war, or there would be no war. War may kill 1,000,000 bodies, but a wicked peace can snuff out unnumbered souls.
I will take my chances with peace.
It is for you we are fighting, Your Majesty. But not for you only, not for your glory only and the permanence of your house, but for the permanence of the monarchical principle, which we know is better and higher than the principle of democracy, since it is the earthly symbol of God's singleness of rule and comes direct from God.
Moreover, Your Majesty, it works.
This is about war and peace, not monarchy and democracy.
Your Majesty does not see far enough. Give us war, and we keep our monarchy. Give us peace, and we plunge within 10 years into the rapids of revolution and democracy.
I will take my chances with peace.
Very good, Your Majesty. Then you may paddle your bark alone. I resign.
And I resign.
And I.
I did not expect that of you.
Your Majesty knows what my love has been.
Half the kingdom will fall for me if you three desert me.
It is not desertion, Your Majesty. It is loyalty to something even higher than the Queen, the principle that makes her Queen.
Perhaps I am wrong. Perhaps I am sentimental.
Your Majesty is humane. But perhaps a deeper humanity demands a hardening of the heart sometimes.
But you've always detested war. You called yourself not my minister of war, but my minister of peace.
When the honor of the country is at stake.
No one is attacking our honor!
The case is, as I said, we need this war and we must have it.
I cannot let you resign. There is no one I trust as you three. But not war. Not war!
I am a lover of peace, but the time has come when we must have war.
It is our sacred duty, Your Majesty, to draw the sword for light and justice when God calls.
God has always been with us. God will be with us now.
We're three against me. I'm at peace, but I'm helpless without you. For I'm an anachronism. Not nature, but human force. Fighting against nature keeps me on my throne. If you must have war, then have it. But I tell you this. God has no part in it. You leave God out of this game.
Call your secretary.
Secretary, here.
Here. This is a copy of the message I directed you to send to the news bureaus and the embassies. Transmit it at once. Give orders for immediate mobilization.
evening, Grosvenor. Not poaching on your rights if we come in here a minute? All the other boardrooms were crowded.
Not at all, General, not at all. We're all making way for the khaki today, ma'am, and proud to have the chance. Take my place, Captain.
Thanks. Great tune that, eh? Stirs up one's vitals.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Just wait until we put that into the repertory of the enemy's bandmasters. Come, they're a fine-looking lot, eh?
Fine? Fine? The pick of the land. Fighters to a finish. Every one of them.
And say, but they're thanking God tonight for the war scare that's brought them back from maneuvers.
They are, eh?
Maneuvers are too tame. They're crazy to get into a real fight.
Then, you think there'll be war?
The president expects to hear any minute from the ambassador about the private meeting that she wired she was about to have with the queen. Have you seen the latest? Planning secret attacks, eh? That Pollen knows more things that aren't so than a college graduate.
She's entertaining enough, though, and I dare say she has some influence.
I pray to God that we may keep peace. And yet, we must not let ourselves be walked all over. We must not.
Well, exactly. The nation's at last to see what it spends its Army and Navy appropriations for, eh?
No sane person wants war. But if
I'm
we-
sane, and I want war. I want to go out there and lambaste those infernally cocksure armies of that jelly and cream queen. We've parlayed long enough. Now, we'll fight. Force is the only convincing argument after all.
As our mistress said, I bring a sword.
Fine soldiers out there, those. Look at that one there, third from the end. And that lieutenant, fine, strapping, and with brains. That's the great thing. Give me 500,000 of those and I'll hold off all the comers.
How long do you think it might last?
6 months? Maybe a year.
You couldn't, I suppose, say more exactly.
How should I before it's even begun?
Oh, just a matter of curiosity.
At any rate, we'll be back in time for the next presidential election. We're coming back with the general on our shoulders, and when we drop her, it'll be to the skylight of the president's house.
Don't talk nonsense.
There's nothing like a war to make a general a president. More and more and more of them. Bully lines, straight and trim. Those soldiers will carry into the presidency, General, if anyone can. A few of them will have to choke first, but that's fisherman's luck.
That'll do.
Grosvenor.
Here,
Any answer?
wait.
They are happy. I wonder which will come back and which won't.
No answer.
Any news, Grosvenor?
A plot? It's a damn stock exchange plot!
Alone, say, General, look at this.
What's that?
The State Department has just had news from our ambassador. Delightful interview with the Queen, evident willingness to meet us halfway.
Is this straight? Something seems fishy.
They're trying to buy time. I don't believe it.
It's a damn plot!
It's a blind to stop our preparations. I'm off to the War Department. Coming, Captain?
It's that crafty Prime Minister over there playing us tricks, eh?
It's a plot!
Something's queer. Evening, Grosvenor.
Good night, General. Good night. God be with us all in these dark days, I say.
Amen to that.
Good night.
Plot! Damn plot! Can you get me the house? Maynard, yes. Making a speech? No, never mind. Send in a page.
You requested me?
Yes. Take this to the house at once. To Maynard. And see that she gets it herself. Here's $1.
Thank you, ma'am.
Get me the Senate. Taney. Saw her go out? Isn't anyone on the job? nearly crazy waiting for news.
I suppose you think I ain't been busy rounding up a whole lot of on the fence folks? Seems pretty nearly everyone's on the fence. No decided opinions at all. But they're coming. Oh, they're coming.
How about that report of that queen over there wanting peace?
That's what the row's about. The highbrows and the peace people are shouting hurrahs all over the place. And the rest of us has to do what we can to drown them out.
It's true about that queen. Can you work it anyway?
How do I know?
Got any figures for, against?
Yes, it's about an even go.
You can't give me anything more definite.
What's with you anyway? You look nervous.
I am. This business is cutting into my sleep. My last cent is tied up, and I've got a good many other people's last cents as well. Damn it, Taney! This is worse than Monte Carlo. You're dealing with cold-blooded chance over there, but here you've got sentiments, emotions. It's exhausting. War is a terrible thing, Taney. It worries me day and night. Think of the lives. And yet, we need this war. We need it for the good of the nation. And now that we're ready, it would be a calamity if anything.
Don't you worry about that.
How's that house going?
I don't know anything about the house, but I guess your Maynard is doing her job. I have to go see the speaker. Someone else who wants news. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
You'll keep me posted, for God's sake. You know, I'm not ungrateful. You shan't lose by your efforts, Taney. You know I'm a liberal person.
Look here. You're not Conroy, and you're not Pollen. They are the whales in this pond. You are only a nervous minnow. I am working with bigger people than you. And perhaps I have a few convictions of my own. Had them for years. If I hadn't, no money of yours would buy me. I believe that the people want this war to settle once and for all whether that wishy-washy queen or us is going to direct the universe. And if that's what the people want, then it's my business to get it for them. And if that means any money in your slimy pockets, then it's none of my business. But I am not your slave, Grosvenor, and don't you forget it.
You'll keep me posted. If anything goes wrong, I've got to have time to get over under. You'll surely keep me posted.
Get Maynard on the phone. I'm hanged if I'll be your girl Friday.
Taney! Ah! Office of the Morning Bulletin, please. Pollen, please. Out. This is Grosvenor. On our way to the club. Thanks.
Oh, hello, Grosvenor. Might have guessed I'd find you on the job. Well, what is it this time? Canned goods, uniforms, hospital supplies, or just general enthusiasm?
Stop. A little business, but mainly enthusiasm. What a great time to be alive, Conroy. Any news?
Maynard's making a rousing speech. Spread eagle. Our honor as a nation. The dearest, sweetest flag that ever waved over a noble, invincible people. Damn rot. But the brethren from the rural districts lapped up like cider in October. She's gaining votes. Protege of yours, ain't she?
Yep. Used to be my office girl. Clever. Takes a sensible view of things. Recognizes that our national honor and our property must be defended at all hazards.
You mean property. You don't give a damn about national honor. You know you don't. What's the use in trying to fool me?
Conroy, did you mean to impugn my patriotic motives?
Grosvenor, we've known each other forever. I don't try to bluff you because I know that you know too much about me. You made the beginnings of your pile out of one big war, and you've been playing up a lot of little republics against each other ever since, harvesting a neat little fortune every time. Now it's a real world war you're after. If it comes, you're made. If it don't, you're broke. It's a cinch. Mind you, I'm not throwing stones. Only I don't want to think you can pull that noble patriotic guff on me.
I have certain investments, of course, which may be promoted by a war, but I am not thinking of that. I am thinking of the honor of my country, that honor which has never yet been stained and shall not be stained, if I can do aught by my own efforts and by my prayers to God to keep it here.
You carry it off well. I couldn't bluff the way you can. I haven't your religious feeling. No, I know why I want war. It's because I'm a manufacturer of guns. Everybody knows my business, and they know that if it weren't for war or fear war constantly, I and my family would starve. War is my work. It's been my work most of my life. And I've worked for this war because it was the biggest thing in sight. I've worked for it with all the brains I've got, just as I'd have worked for 200 egg hens if I'd been a chicken farmer. I'm not a sentimentalist. Besides, war's a good thing occasionally. I believe that absolutely. It quiets down your socialists, cuts down your superfluous population, increases the moral stamina of the nation. All this talk of war being hell is mush. Sure, a few people got shot down, but no one forced them to go. It's their own funeral.
No, Conroy, no. I don't agree with you at all. I may possibly not lose financially by this war. But nevertheless, war is terrible, awful. The very Christian sense balks at it. Only, I feel this way, yet sometimes when the honor of a nation demands
You
it.
damned bluff!
Conroy, if you please.
Hello, Conroy. Hello, Grosvenor.
I was just about to send a note round to you, Paula. Couldn't get you on the phone. What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
What?
Are you sure?
How can you be sure?
Well, I have two reasons. One, because the biggest banker in the country just told me so, but that's unimportant. She may have been lying. And the other, because my papers tell me. Oh, I see you have been honoring me by reading them. Don't you think my papers say there's going to be a war?
Nobody pretends, Paulin, that your papers are wonders of undecorated truths.
Well, this time, trust them. What if they do lie about facts occasionally? I don't care about facts. Facts are always misleading. But I know something about psychology.
And you're sure?
How can you be sure?
Well, because the people are smelling blood, that's why. And now they won't let up until they're satisfied. I've been watching this war feeling growing for a year. First I fed them little editorials and headlines, mild little fellows, just to set them thinking. And when their thoughts were set towards trouble, well, then we increased the percentage of oxygen. It's been extremely interesting. The psychology of crowds is one of the most satisfying subjects I have ever studied. Say you've got 15 or 20 million who individually hate you, but as a crowd, a group of readers, unconsciously, almost against their will do exactly as you say. There's going to be a war, because the people have decided that nothing short of war can save them from utter ruin. They want war, I know it. The circulation of my papers has increased by 100,000 daily. And it's not just because they want to read the news. It's the excitement they want. It's the gambling instinct in them. They've seen the ball rolling and they want to get in on the game. It's the very bigness of the thing lures them on. Oh, the bigger the issue, the bigger the fascination. The millions of people and the billions of dollars, that's what lures them. Oh, and the awfulness. Oh, the dead, the wounded, the horrors. Well, that lures them like nothing else. There was only one thing missing until tonight.
What was that?
Fear. They were too cocksure, but I gave them fear in the 8 o'clock extra. There's a rumor the rest of the world would take part.
Looks well for your business, Conroy.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, we're playing it up in the late editions all over the country. Oh, it'll give the people a queer catch in the throat. They'll see the possibility of a fierce struggle, perhaps even of defeat. Oh, there'll be a wonderful wave of patriotism. You watch. The people will rise right up. Within 24 hours, there won't be a single soul in this nation who can tell black from white. All they'll see is red. Look at them down there, standing around. Huh. They can't stay indoors. They're waiting for the extras. They won't believe them when they read them. But they can't resist the excitement. Well, the bonfire is set. All that's needed now is the torch.
That's all very well, Pollen. But suppose that queen over there backs down.
She won't. The people won't let her.
Her people? They don't want war.
No, not her people. Ours. They've smelt blood, I tell you.
Extra. I wonder.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you're easy. And there are 100 million like you. When it comes to war, reason goes to sleep. You, well, both of you, you knew that I had absolutely no later news than you, and yet you let yourselves be hypnotized like children. I can do anything I want with you.
Ring man?
Take this to the newsstand in the hall.
Yes, ma'am.
The edition is going like hotcakes. It has Maynard's speech in it. Did either of you hear it?
Yes. Damned rot, but
Oh,
effective.
she keeps the patriotism hot.
I trained that young woman in patriotism.
Oh,
Good evening, ladies.
wonderful speech, my girl. Wonderful. We're playing you up for governor of the state in the late edition.
I'll sweep the state. It's patriotism. It's the flag that gets the rubes. You should have seen the whiskers of the rural sections waving in the wind.
Hey,
Any news in this?
How's that? They're shooting war already. I told them to. That was the message I sent down. Oh, that about gave you a thrill, didn't it? Oh, if I don't hold you down, you'll just rush right out and buy a copy, even though I should stand here all night shouting in your ear that it's a fake.
You're inflaming the people?
Exactly. There have been some people unkind enough to assert that that was my business. What's yours, Grosvenor?
Hey, what do you mean?
you're living in a Crystal Palace, Grosvenor. Don't you go and forget that.
I gotta get back to the house, Grosvenor. Just came by to see if you had any suggestions.
No, only keep me posted. That's all. And remember, our honor as a nation is at stake.
They're not forgetting our honor while I'm on the floor.
Need any ready money?
Well, there were half a dozen brethren on the steps as I came out who implied they were broke and wouldn't object to a loan.
Here. Help the poor devils along.
Thanks. I will.
Senator Taylor?
No, who wants her?
Harridan.
Nope. Senator Cheney's not here.
Harridan's smelling a rat. She's getting after Taney.
Oh, don't you worry about Herod, and I'll finish her off in big black letters tomorrow morning. She'll think she's reading her own tombstone.
Hello, Pollen. Conroy. Well, Grosvenor, everyone's as jumpy as you are.
Have you seen Harridan?
Have I seen Harridan? I should say I had. She's leading the peace party in the Senate, fighting like a fiend. That woman has nearly cost me my vocal cords. To see her, you wouldn't connect her with the word peace.
Well, she's looking for you.
Come on, Grosvenor. This is no place for an honest businesswoman to be found conversing with the Senate.
Quite right.
Well, Maynard, they don't seem to think we're safe company for good little girls. Suppose we get back on the job?
You people are acting as though you had a bad conscience. I don't think I would let a mere senator interfere with the freedom of my movements if I were you.
Good evening, ladies. It seems as though I've stumbled into headquarters.
Hello, Harridan. Looking for me?
Yes,
You know these women?
sufficiently.
I'm due back at the Senate. I'll talk with you till the cock crows after we adjourn. Will that do?
I should like to talk to you now.
In that case, I'll head back to the house.
We won't intrude.
The senators have the floor.
I wish you'd stay.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you'll stay, please, Grosvenor. You too, Conroy.
I'm hanged if I'll be dictated to.
Well, do as you please. But if you don't stay, I'll have you both under arrest in 15 minutes.
Oh, come on!
What do you mean, Senator?
Oh, my God, woman, don't make me mad. I'm older than you, but I could wipe the floor with you yet.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you don't need me.
I do.
You haven't expressed yourself about me, Senator. Am I invited to the party?
You may stay or not as you like.
Oh, thanks. But you know, if I were you, I wouldn't detain these other ladies just now if I were you.
Go to the devil to whom you belong, Pollen.
Oh.
I'll do as I see fit.
I merely advise you. It's just that it's not altogether patriotic when the people want war for a senator to want peace too hard. I shall strive to inform 20 million or so of that tomorrow morning. Make your will, Senator. The avalanche is coming. Yours will be the loneliest voice to ever come out of the wilderness. I prophesy a swift demise.
This is wartime. Most of us are ready to die if necessary. Only some of us would rather die in the service of peace than the service of war. You are a very powerful woman, Pollen. I don't doubt at all that you could kill me if you put your mind to it. You have poisoned the whole nation. You are at liberty to kill me outright, but I won't let you slow poison me. Taney, I have information against you, and you've got to listen. You too, Maynard.
Am I left out in the cold again? I was listening intently. Newsstand, please. Yeah, is that you, Burke? Yeah, liven up your youngsters outside. They've gone to sleep.
We were friends in the past, Taney. I always knew you were a jingo, but I thought there was hope. I came here because I still thought so. I didn't know that you'd lined yourself up with these buzzards.
Now see here, Harridan. What are you talking about?
We all know why Grosvenor and Conroy and their kind are here. But some of us have been wondering who is pulling the wires for them.
You've got me mixed up with someone else. I'm just here attending to my regular business.
Why shouldn't we be down here? I'm in legitimate business, guns, and I'm looking after my interests. I'm not declaring war, but if there is a war, I don't see any reason why I should be left to the scramble.
War? My God, do you know what the word means? I've been in 2 wars. I've seen and heard and smelt the battlefield. I've seen men and women and children waiting at home and waiting.
I'll give you a $1,000, Senator, for a 1,000-word article on the horrors of war. You can't make it strong enough.
That's one on you, Senator.
Taney, you're a woman of sense, and you love your country. Now,
Good night, ladies. I'm going.
Same here.
No, you're not. I want a list of names. I want the names of the people who are paying you to shout for war. Understand? I want that list now.
Hell may grow buttercups, Harridan. But you won't get any names out of me. Besides, I ain't got any to give. And I'll have you up on defamation of character for saying there is anybody who can buy me.
Taney, you've always been a businesswoman. You look at things just one way. You were never bothered much with imagination. But perhaps you don't know what you're doing. But war, dead men and women by the thousands. The wounded shrieking for someone to put them out of their misery. Fire, ruin, starvation. For what good? For what good ever?
I raise my offer, Senator. Make it 2,000.
You should go into vaudeville, Senator. The subject, the horrors of war.
My God! The country stands on the verge of the worst calamity in its history. And you can't do anything but laugh?
You're an inspiration, Senator. Just like that fellow who tried to smash up the windmills. You have a sense of humor.
No. My sense of humor died in our last war. Will you give me those names that will help me kill this satanic craving for war? Will you?
You're talking through your hat, Senator. I don't know anything about any names.
Very well. I have 5 names. They'll do until tomorrow. Perhaps it will bring the Congress back to their senses. I thank God I found you buzzards out in time. I shall fling your names across the Senate tonight. Yours, Conroy, and yours, Grosvenor, yours, Cheney, and yours, Pollen, and yours, Maynard. By heaven, the country shall hear them from end to end, and there'll be less talk of war then. Oh, you and your kind are stirring up the millions to dream of war, to hunger for battle, to shout about defending our national honor. Well, what honor is there in murder? Stirring up the blood with the fifes and drums of your rhetoric. Through your newspapers, you turn the thoughts of our children to war. Our children who should be to us a symbol of a nobler, purer future, rising out of the sordid wreckage of the present. You make them drunk with your cant about national glory. Glory. Until their innocent faces glow feverishly up to you, hungry for battle. You will not rest until you hear that terrible, savage cry from their lips. War! War! But you shall not hear it if I can prevent it. I am going to the Senate now. In 15 minutes, your names shall be a byword and a hissing among the nations. The best you can do is to take your vile guns and turn them on yourselves.
Message for Senator Taney.
Here, quick. Ladies, listen to this. From the Foreign Office to the Associated Press. The Queen sent for the Ambassador of the Republic this afternoon and outlined a plan that would satisfy the royal government. The ambassador regretted that she was unable to consider any compromise. The queen replied that she could have nothing further to say in the matter.
Oh, the thing's not right. There must be a mistake somewhere. It doesn't fit in with what went before.
Don't fit in, who cares? It's a challenge. They've insulted us.
They've challenged our national honor.
Now, my God, they can pay.
Give me the Department of State.
For God's sake, what is up?
We're off.
What do you mean? They've declared war.
Who has?
Congress.
Senator, you're left.
God, you buzzards! You buzzards!
Senator, it's the national anthem. Haven't you any patriotism?
A waning moon broke sickly pale through the muddy fogs disguising, and over the breadth of the ghostly veil, the battle waked like a streamer's tail, and heaving as of waves in a gale, rising and falling and rising. And up from the air and out of the plain, the ancient battle story of stricken love and laughter slain, and hearts beneath the hoofs of pain, but not a breath of human gain, and not a word of glory.